let me ask you this question. Do you feel like you're aging faster than normal? You look at pictures of yourself and you don't feel like you look the same. You just look like you're older. You feel like you're older. I know that people say that, 50 is the new 40, but you're feeling like, 75 and you're only 35. I see this a lot, and it really has to do with some of the perfect storm connections between the environment and your genetic component or your genetic susceptibilities. And we have created a program called Your Genetic Type, where if you feel like you're aging faster than normal, chances are you're a weak cellular genetic type. Now, you can get more information about where you would find out about this. I'll tell you that at the end of the video. And make sure, if this is your first time here, you like it, you share it, you subscribe to our channel, and most importantly, you ask questions, because we want to answer your questions. So let's talk about aging faster than normal. So potentially these are the people that need fuel during the day, like caffeine and stimulants, just to get through the day. Or you feel like you can't exercise. If you exercise, you're depleted for the next week. Let's say also you just don't have motivation, and you just feel like you don't recover as quick, or when you get injured it takes forever to bounce back, or when you get sick you can't recover as quick. You just feel older, you feel aged, and you feel like something's missing, because then you go to the doctor and then they run your blood tests and they tell you everything's normal. Or you even take the responsibility into your own hands and you start looking at your own genetics, because that's on your radar, and you look at MTHFR, and then you get yourself into a crazy rabbit hole because you just don't understand, what does this all mean and what do I do about it? I've tried methylfolate, it didn't work, and I tried these other things and they didn't work. What can I be missing? So one of the things that we do when we look at your genetic test is we look at specific genes, and we tell you which genes that you should look at after you fill out a questionnaire, after you've determined what potential genetic type are you. So for the weak cellular, we have a bunch of different questions that if you answered very highly specific to those questions, it will reveal that you are the weak cellular type and you're more prone to aging faster. Some of the enzymes that we look at involve a cellular process in the body called acetylation. And acetylation is really important for energy production and hormone production. Very, very important. The ACAT enzyme is very, very important. Some people feel it's even more important than MTHFR. But what it does is it helps to get the nutrients like fat and protein into the Krebs cycle so that you can use that for energy. And if that isn't working optimally and you have environmental triggers that are increasing your demand to produce energy, like you're going up a hill in a car, and that would be the environmental trigger, you have to press on the gas pedal a little bit further to get over that resistance. That's what we're talking about. And ACAT, it helps to support that. And if you have some genetic polymorphisms, or mom passed you an altered gene down, or dad passed you an altered gene down, then chances are then you have that weak cellular predisposition, and it's really impacting you. It's impacting how you recover, it's impacting how you exercise, and it's impacting how you feel as a biological age of where you're at. PANK enzyme is very important for helping that. It's a rate limiting step in that acetylation process and driving it into Krebs cycle. FADS is a challenge for people that may eat healthier fats and they want to go keto, and they're just not putting that fuel on the flame, and as a result it oxidizes and it uses up your energy, and now it's a negative fuel. And what I mean by that, a negative fuel, is that fuel is supposed to be positive. It's supposed to give you energy. It's not supposed to take energy away from you in order to spend energy to deal with it and put out the fires. That's what it would be like if you're heating up a meal and now all of a sudden it catches fire and you got to expend energy to get your water and put it out. That costs you more energy, and there's no energy there to eat in your body. That's like FADS. And then this SLC22A5, that's an enzyme that helps to make carnitine and shuttle the fat into the cell. So we look at all of these enzymes, and these are just a couple of the enzymes that we look at for the weak cellular type. So it's really important that A, you understand what your predispositions can be based on subjective complaints, because sometimes you can have a lot of different gene SNPs in different areas, but because you're only expressing in this area, we need to relate that to how you're feeling. Does that make sense? So I want to know, okay, if you're feeling like your age, you don't recover, you can't exercise, you need fuel to get you through the day. Sounds like everyone, potentially you're a weak cellular type, you may have some of these genetic polymorphisms that we want to help support you. And there are things that we can do to support you, like we can give you extra carnitine, or we can give you extra pantothene, not necessarily pantothenic acid. You may have a challenge in converting pantothenic acid, which is the unusable, not ready to go form of B5 that needs to be converted into a ready to go, and that PENK enzyme helps that, which is a cofactor for that Krebs cycle first step of putting the fuel into the factory so that it can produce energy. Hopefully that made a lot of sense. And FADS may be, hey, you know what, you know how you tried to go keto and you didn't do well with it? That's probably why. You're a weak cellular type. And that SLC22A5 can be really helpful by just giving you a bunch of carnitine at opportunistic times so that we can help shuttle that fat fuel, that ketone body into the cell for energy, so that you don't feel exhausted, so that you don't feel like you're aging faster than you should be. So a couple of take-home actions is number one, if you have a genetic test, make sure that you look to see if you have the ACAT, PANK, FADS, and SLC22A5. There's other enzymes too. Number two, go to yourgenetictype.com and take our quiz and see which genetic type you are. And then potentially think about getting our Your Genetic Type Unlocked course, which will teach you what to do about this. So what does that mean? Okay, what tests should I do? What nutrients should I do? What dietary approaches should I do? And what gene SNPs should I look for so that I can actually navigate these choppy waters and make it to land and not be told that nothing is wrong with me. So hopefully that made a lot of sense. My name is Dr. Joel Rosen, and we look forward to ending your aging faster nightmare. Have an awesome day.